So the Finnish government don't sign extradition order on Simon Ekpa. So what that means is that Simon Ekpa may be on his way to Nigeria very soon. Come and face trials, just like his colleagues are facing in Nigeria. In case we don't know who Simon Ekpa is, Simon Ekpa was self-acclaimed the leader of IPOB, who is based in Finland, and he was giggering guys to go do things here. And whenever he says something, the guys will follow him and they do what he directed them to do when he was in charge, until he was eventually arrested, charged for treason and terrorism, and he is on his way back to Nigeria to be tried. The question is that, will this extradition bring an end to the crying of people in the southeast? This unknown men, will his extradition bring that to an end? Will his extradition bring an end to the incarceration of Nnamdi Kanu? Well, I sense something is happening, and hopefully when it comes to Nigeria, we face proper trials and will lead to some succor in that southeast region, because until the emergence of IPOB, southeast is known to be a very peaceful region where the people focus on their crafts and their businesses. But now we are having a lot of sects springing up in that region, which is not good for them. As we speak on Monday, you can't even go through the southeast even if you are traveling through that place because of sit-at-home order. So the government of Nigeria must find solution. I've advocated carrot and stick solution to this problem. You should not use this carrot alone or use the stick alone. There must be carrot and stick. So at the end of the day, bring the matter to the table and you negotiate, and let there be peace in southeast and by extension the entire Nigeria.
The Finnish government is set to extradite Simon Ekpa back to Nigeria. Now, when I first made this video about Simon Ekpa some months ago, there is no insult I did not receive. There's no insult you can think of that I did not receive. People called me a liar. Some said I should post evidence. Am I saying in Finland? Blah, blah, blah. Now, what is happening? Let him come back and dance to the tune of music he started playing, because a leader cannot be leading people from another country while he is instigating fights and wars in his community, killing people's lives. Let him come back. Let him go and relax in prison there and enjoy his stay. Because a man who is abroad and giving orders, and people in this country are taking orders from somebody who is hiding himself and his family. Now you are bringing yourself out in danger because somebody who is not in Nigeria is giving you orders and you are obeying them. Let him come back to Nigeria and come and be a leader here. There is no need being a leader of IPOB or anything from outside Nigeria. Come and fight the government you are fighting. Come and fight for your rights here. Why are you running away? Fight here if you have the guts. Welcome back. And
there's a video I just watched, and I'm going to show you the video right in this my video. And after watching the video, all I could say is, if you are a southeastern politician, you are a southeastern leader in Nigeria, including the south leaders, both political and in any position that you are, shame on you. Shame on you for playing the second fiddle and allowing it to be used just because of what you can get against an entire region. What a pity. The politicians of this country, the North, the West, have already divided this country economically. But they just force us together because they want to make the entire country. Nnamdi Kanu call for separation for things like this, and they detain him. Isn't that a shame? The Southeast leaders, I pity for Una. And for those that may not have seen the video, I know majority of you have seen it. Let's watch it together. Here it is.
How do you build an economy when the smallest state by landmass that has the highest per capita income with the highest population has the only functioning seaport in Nigeria, while everybody else is left to go home and dry? It doesn't make sense. This is the reason why I'm saying to the president that it is economic injustice, and Nigeria is structurally skewed to favor Lagos economy. I don't know what the Southeast Governors Forum are doing. I don't know what they discuss when they meet, but there are critical areas that we must address. The Southeast, yes, is the only region that does not have a high pressure gas transmission pipe to take natural gas through it. What exactly is wrong that it seems that there is like a calculated power share between the Northwest and the Southwest, and until every other region in Nigeria gets permission from the Northwest and the Southwest, nothing happens in their region. It doesn't make any sense. How can Mr. President be talking about renewed hope and economic transformation and increase in the per capita income of Nigerians and prosperity for Nigerians about building a $1 trillion economy when everything is centered around Lagos? Somebody imports a 40-foot container from Guangzhou to Lagos, and it will cost him 5 or 6 million naira to truck it to Aba. And you don't expect that he's going to pass on that inflation cost to the people, considering the fact that we don't have standard gauge rail lines that extend horizontally from the southwest to the southeast. It's marginalization, economic marginalization, and we have to speak truth to power. Lagos is a city of about 18 to 20 million people. We don't really know our accurate census in Nigeria because, you know, we've not had a real census in a very long time. But let's just say Lagos is a city of about 18 to 20 million, occupying 30,527 square meters, I think, which is the smallest landmass in Nigeria. It has a GDP of over $4,500 per capita when you look at it in real times, compared to the per capita of Nigeria of about $2,520 US. The question now becomes, of the 6 different ports in Nigeria, Warri, Onne, Calabar. Calabar, by the way, was the first deep sea port in Nigeria because Calabar was the first federal capital of Nigeria. Apapa, Tinkan, you know, how many of them are operational? How many of them are operational today? Look, Onne Seaport is designated as exploration and production for oil and gas, which means that if you're bringing any goods that is non-oil and gas cargoes, the rates that your charge is not, it makes the port uncompetitive. So if you bring a car through Onne, you're going to pay more as compared to what you pay in Lagos, which means that Lagos will be the preferred seaport for bringing in cars and every other cargo. And cars, by the way, are one of the major imports Nigeria, that constitutes a share of our major imports, especially from the US. Okay? Why would you not invest in raising the channel draft in Calabar? In 2006, a contract was awarded to a Dutch company to embark on rehabilitation of that seaport and to raise the channel draft. The government had issues with the company over contract variation costs, and that lingered for a long time. When the government attempted to go back to do it, the company says that you cannot, and the case was in court. In 2022, that case was taken out of court for out-of-court settlement. The immediate past MD of MPA says that, oh, if taking the case out of court, we're going to work on raising the channel draft. The Calabar seaport is dead. Like, you barely have vessels coming there, maybe 1 vessel per week compared to Lagos.
So have you seen that video? I think you will support me in saying to the South leaders and the Southeast leaders, shame on you all. Shame. Shame. You are a disgrace to your region. Since the inception of Nigeria, since independence, I believe this nonsense has been going on. That everything in Nigeria is built for Lagos. Nobody can blame Bola Ahmed Tinubu for this. Nobody. Because this is a foundational issue. We have had successive governments. And how come nobody have been able to decentralize this seaport issue? No other part of the country has a seaport, but Lagos has 4. 4. What's the meaning of that? I know the North would have fought against it if they have the oceans, if they have the seas. So because they don't have it, they decided to marry the West, the Southwest as their wives. And then they are exploiting the South and the Southeast. And our leaders are playing the role of the moron just because of what they will get. If you are a leader in the South and in the Southeast, When I mean leaders, political leaders, traditional leaders, religious leaders, and you are not speaking against things like this. You are not working to make sure that problems like this stop. Shame on you. You are a disgrace to your region. Odalo said so. The other day they were talking about tax reform bill. And I said something about that bill. That the bill is also set to favor Lagos because that's where the headquarters of all the companies in Nigeria lie. Some person thought I was drunk. Everything is beautiful. Whoever controls Lagos controls Nigeria. That is why you see Bola Ahmed Tinubu upon being sworn in as president. He moved the headquarters of FAN from Abuja to Lagos. He moved the branch of the CBN from Abuja to Lagos. And people don't know why he was taking these things there. And we don't complain. The South leaders and the Southeast leaders politically are just playing the second fiddle. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Shame on you people. You are all a disgrace. And based on this video we'll all agree that Nigeria is certainly not one. They divided Nigeria the way they want, but they're forcing the Mughals together so that they can be harvesting our resources as one. But when it comes to making gains from it, they know where it belongs to. And we think
if you think the ongoing insecurity in Nigeria isn't your problem because you live in the Southwest, you better think again because it's already spreading. And if I were you, I would speak now and get the government to fix it before it gets to your doorstep. People are being murdered in their sleep in states like Plateau, Benue, Enugu, Edo, and some other states. Communities are wiped out, and the government has said next to nothing. But the moment Fulani lives are involved, there's instant outrage from the northern leaders and governors. So I'll ask now, who are the Fulanis in Nigeria? Are they more Nigerian than the rest of us? Why is the government so afraid to offend them, but comfortable losing thousands of lives just to keep a few happy? This isn't about tribe. This is about the system that's protecting a few while letting millions suffer. It's about the government that won't provide us jobs, steady electricity, or a healthy economy, and now not even safety. How can people go out to hustle for their daily bread and get murdered by hooligans, yet the government stays silent? This isn't just sad. This is a ticking time bomb. This insecurity is destroying our economy. Farmers are being killed. Entrepreneurs are relocating. Talented Nigerians, doctors, teachers, builders are either dead, in hiding, or fleeing the country. This is how a nation collapses, slowly and silently. And while the country bleeds, some people are using our lives as pawns in a political chess game. They are profiting from our fear and silence, because as long as we continue to fight each other, we won't have the time to face them. Very Dark Man has been using his voice loudly and boldly, and he's gaining enemies for it. But this fight shouldn't be his alone. This is about all of us. If the government won't protect our life, we can't continue to keep quiet. Because if you stay quiet today, the next victim might be your loved one tomorrow. Enough is enough. We must rise up and speak up. The least we demand from our government is safety. Hunger is already killing us from the high cost of living. Must we also stay silent while we are being murdered too? Enough is enough. If the sitting government can't do anything to protect us, maybe it's time for them to take a walk and allow people who can do it protect us. Is it too much to ask that we feel secured and protected in our own country? Please, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and your cabinet, please do something about this insecurity. Please, sir, we are begging you in the name of God. Please help us. Please, sir, please.
Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you guys have watched this video to this stage, and then I want to make my own contribution to all of this. People are jubilating all over the internet that Mazi Simon Ekpa will be extradited to Nigeria. We know that Mazi Simon Ekpa was arrested earlier November last year before the declaration of Biafra as a country on its own. So I have been seeing this news flying here and there that extradition of Simon Ekpa has been approved by a Finnish court, that he may be joining Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kuje soon, where they will be sharing watery beans and gossip. Thanks to vibes. This is what someone posted. And well, the full detail is that they say that the Finnish authorities have approved the extradition of Mazi Simon Ekpa, the controversial Finnish Nigerian separatist agitator, to Nigeria. The transfer is scheduled for July 15th, 2025. That is next 3 months, following the ruling of the Pajathem District Court in Lahti on April 18, 2025. On the other hand, I'm equally seeing news of where they are saying that Nigerian media are spreading fake news of Simon Ekpa, that they have planned to release him and not to extradite him. Now, the question now is, ever since they arrested Simon Ekpa, the killings that have been going on in Nigeria has been worse before he was arrested. The question now is, extraditing Simon Ekpa to Nigeria, will it put an end to Fulani killings in Nigeria? That is a no. The answer is no. Will it stop the buying of innocent Christians in the northern part of the country? Remember that there is a very hectic accident that took place on Easter when Christians were processing in the northern part of the country. A Fulani people that were driving truck ran into people that were processing, ran into the public, ran into the multitude that were processing peacefully, killing many people and injuring others. And that particular driver eventually stopped that lorry, stopped the truck, and ran away. What is the audacity? I said, Kai, so many are. In fact, Nigeria should be prescribed a terrorist country because the excessive buy of people on daily basis in the country has warranted the global people to position Nigeria in a blacklist. Yes, the killing is too much. You heard what the last girl said on this video. The girl said that in case you are in Southwest, she mentioned Southwest. Me, I'm going to mention Southeast. I know that killings has been going on in Southeast, but I equally mention Southeast. Don't think that you are equally safe. Always get prepared. This is because of this killing that made Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to create ESN. The same this killing that made Simon Ekpa to proceed from where Mazen Nnamdi Kanu stopped. Are you people equally aware that Nigerian militaries are in Okigwe killing innocent Igbo youths? No, media will not publish that. Media doesn't want you to know that. Nigerian government doesn't want you to know that. But Biafrans, Igbo people are aware of the killings going on in the southeast by the so-called Nigerian government. Holding Mazi Simon Ekpa and Nnamdi Kanu will not stop the problem of Nigeria. The problem of Nigeria will have no end except if Nigeria divide. Because what is coming to us is bigger than what we know. We are not even prepared. How many of Nigerian youth have private guns to defend themselves from this jihadist terrorists? They are using religion to cover themselves, but these people are terrorists. Forget that they are using religion to cover themselves. They are just using religion to cover themselves. The real Muslims in the northern part of the country are minors, which happens to be the Hausas, the owners of the land. They are being killed on a daily basis. Imagine terrorists giving 60 million naira ransom to a particular community in Hausa land because they connive with Nigerian military to attack them. I don't know if you guys are getting something. The more Nigerian government are focusing on Biafran agitators, the more terrorists keep invading northern communities, killing people on a daily basis. The question now is, does it mean the Nigerian government doesn't know how to fish out all these killers in the northern part of the country? You are tackling the east, whereas the mayhem that is happening in the north, in fact, is bigger compared to both west and the southeast. I don't know if you guys are getting something. Extraditing Simon Ekpa, will it put an end to hardship in Nigeria? It is a hell no. Extraditing Simon Ekpa, in case of you that is jubilating all over the social media, dancing that Simon Ekpa will be extradited to Nigeria for him to be tried in Nigeria. The question now is, the same country you want them to try Simon Ekpa, who is fighting for his people, is the same country that will arrest Boko Harams and still put them in Nigerian military, send them to Southeast to go and kill Igbo youths. The question is, will it put an end to terror in the country? Hell no. Will the cost of your fuel reduce if Simon Ekpa is extradited? It's a hell no. Will your bag of rice at the rate of 90,000 naira reduce to 5,000 naira or less than 10,000 naira per bag? If Simon Ekpa is extradited, that is hell no. So why jubilating all over the social media spaces? The last time I checked, Simon Ekpa is not your problem. Neither is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu your problem. They are being held captive, yet insecurity is worsening on daily basis in the country. And the fulefus like some of you are busy jubilating all over the social media spaces. Shame on you all. Shame on you all. Look at what happened in Plateau. A very dark man went to Plateau. He visited the place where this terrors has been attacking the innocent owners of the land. This is the boundary between Jos and Kaduna. And according to the villagers, they say that this particular Fulani herder that are attacking them are occupying their forest, the mountains between the boundaries, the mountains in the boundaries between Kaduna State and Plateau State. Very Dark Man made video of what happens, and the government doesn't care. The government of Plateau, all these state governors are not even aware of all these remote places. They have not even visited them. They don't even know the end route of the boundary of the state they are governing. I don't know if you guys are getting something. You put people that are not capable as leaders, yet you choose to blame people that choose to liberate themselves from these failed leaders. I don't understand you guys. Look at what is happening in Burkina Faso. Ibrahim Traoré is being attacked by US. Same way French colonists are looking for a way to buy Ibrahim Traoré, the same way they killed Gaddafi of Libya. You see someone that wants to liberate some part of the country and you people are jubilating that he will be extradited. Look at what is happening in Amazonia. Cameroon president have ruled these people for how many years? For more than 40 years. And he still wants to contest. Yet there is no peace in Cameroon. Things are not moving in Cameroon. Cameroon is one of the poor countries in Africa. People choose to liberate themselves. But when they choose to liberate themselves, the little people that are benefiting from the so-called government will look for a way to kill them. Nigeria is a failed country. There's nothing you will tell me that will make me to believe that a terror country is not a failed country. The only solution to the problem of this country is no other thing but division. Remember that Simon Ekpa and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we are once advocating for a better Nigeria. They are standing for one Nigeria previously. But when they see that there is no future in unity of Nigeria, there is no future in one Nigeria, they choose to advocate for the freedom of their people. I don't know if you guys are getting my point. I don't know what you got to say on the comment section, but I must tell you the truth is that Simon Ekpa's extradition, same way that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was rendited from Kenya to Nigeria, which has not stopped or eliminated insecurity, hardship in the country, or falling the value of naira in the exchange market. It's the same way that Simon Ekpa will still not put problem. We still not put end to the problems of the country. Rather, problem will still be increasing. Hardship will still triple. Because if you people should bring Simon Ekpa, put him the same place with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, then you will know that Igbo people has been keeping quiet for a very long time. Don't think that Igbos will continue to keep quiet always the way they have been. No, they will not continue. So when you bring these two heads, they say two heads are better than one. You might bring both of them together and they will kill all of you in the same cell. What you don't know is in fact is bigger than you. Nigerian government doesn't have proper plan. Imagine our president T-Pen, who traveled all the way to France. What type of visit did he went to France? We don't know. He went to France and France president now traveled to Canada and been to Egypt for business purpose. Then who is Tinubu visiting in France? It has equally been exposed that Tinubu has a godfather who has been pioneering all the affairs that he's doing in the country. Remember, FBI is being asked to release Tinubu's drug addict. In fact, all his past record, they have been asked to release it. As this man came back to Nigeria, is it not expected of him to visit these places that killings has been going on for several days? But he has failed to do so. What a failed president. So in case if you're one of those people rejoicing, dancing surrogate that Simon Ekpa will be extradited, this and that and this, remember that Simon Ekpa was not the real problem of Southeast. He was not the one that brought insecurity in Southeast. Before ESN was created by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, killings has been going on by Fulani herders in the whole of Southeast, especially in Okigwe Enugu Road. I don't know if you guys are getting something. These are the things that made Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to create ESN. The one happening in Enugu State, Ebonyi and Benue was really much. The same thing happened in Delta State and people were protesting, begging the government for help, but the government could not help. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu chose to protect his people. And when he finally chose to protect his people, the Southeastern Governor Forums decided to create a bubago. And among those bubago they created were people without proper training or proper guidelines. They choose to buy innocent Igbo youths in the name of their hunting for IPOB members. I don't know if you guys are getting something. You choose to go against the real terrors and decided to fight your own brother. What exactly is it? My people, make una learn to be wise in whatever decision you are choosing. It is very vital. What is your opinion? Please kindly drop it in the comment section. And if you know you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please kindly subscribe. Subscription na free to make it watch our updates. Thank you and stay tuned with Christy TV.